I am Christine Wallace, and I am your child's Earth Science teacher for this 6th grade year. I'm going to let you know a little bit about our class, what we're going to be learning, and some of the classroom procedures that we follow and we use. This is my classroom, as you can see. I can't wait for it to be filled with smiling faces, although I may not see those smiles behind the masks, but I am still looking forward to seeing the students here. I have had a great time getting to know them already. Their personalities are starting to shine and come through on screen. It's been a lot of fun. So let me just walk you through a few things. I'm going to share a PowerPoint with you. Let's make sure this is coming up. Give it just a second. All these things we need to be patient with. I teach Earth Science periods 2 through 6, and period 6 is co-taught by myself and Miss Umfenauer. So we are both here and able to support the students during class and during our help sessions. And it's really nice that we're able to both work together and pull out students if we need to in small group, although we can do that in any class as well, not just 6th period. So moving forward, a little bit about myself. I moved here to Georgia from Connecticut in 2006, and I started teaching here at River Trail in 2007. I live in Peachtree Corners, just bought a new house. We moved from Doraville. We moved in right at the start of school, so we're still trying to get settled, but we really like it. I have 2 kids. My daughter Brooke is she's not in 6th grade, she's in 1st grade. She's 6 years old. She is in 1st grade at Shake Rag. She's here with me every day. She's in the back of the room while we're doing this universal remote learning. So it's been a challenge, but we're working on it, as I know you all have challenges working with your children at home. We're doing the best we can, and I think we're all doing a great job. I have a 2-year-old son. He's almost 2. His name is Ben, and we have a dog, and we have a horse. So we like to spend a lot of time outside with the horse and just as a family together. So that's all about me for now. Let's keep on moving. Here are some Fulton County norms for Microsoft Teams, and these are things that we should be following in all our classes. Set up your device in a quiet place, as quiet as possible. I know it's not always the case when you've got more than one child at home, or if children are working in a communal area, but then maybe have some headphones for them. I have my headphones with my mic because Brooke and I are both on our calls at the same time, so those are very helpful. Cameras should be on. We would like to see the children and to be sure that they are engaged and participating, and it's not always easy to see when all the cameras are off. Students need to join meetings on time, especially with our schedule now. They've got 10 minutes between classes, and so do we, and that should be the time that we're taking breaks or grabbing a snack, using the restroom. Students really need to be in front of their screen for the 40 minutes of class. Now, often I will start class and we'll have some kind of a warm-up activity. We'll have our mini lesson, and then I might tell them that they can go and work on their activity. I always stay on. I'm still at my computer. They are welcome to turn their camera off and work. Some of them like to turn their sound off so that they don't hear questions. And some even will say, can I just go work on this and then join at the end of class, which is fine as long as they're getting their work done. So if you do see them kind of moving around and working on something at that point, that's okay. Let's see what else is on here. Mics should be muted. That's really important. When they join, a lot of them like to say hi, and I know I like that. I like to have that interaction with them, so that's fine. But during the lesson, mics should be muted, especially when they're in an area with lots of noise going on. You know, maybe at home parents are making lunch, or vacuuming or the siblings are on calls. It's really distracting to the students, to each other in their class, and to me when I can hear all kinds of background noise. So I don't want to always say, remember, mute your mics, please mute your mics, please mute your, and I have the option, the ability to go in and mute all their mics, but you know, it takes from our lesson. So just remind them, mic's muted. This is just an overview of what we will be learning this year in science, in earth science. The students are learning how to become scientists. We had made observations and inferences. We talked through the scientific method and like, what does a scientist do when they have a problem at hand? We talked about density quite a bit. Density will come up in our lessons throughout the year. So that's something we touched upon, and we'll talk about it many more times in the year. The big unit that we are just getting into is geology. We're starting with minerals and rocks. So we started minerals this week, and we'll continue minerals next week, and we'll have our summative on minerals next Friday, September 18th. Then we'll get into, you know, layers of the earth and more talking about everything in our earth. Our second unit is hydrology. Or I guess it's really our third unit if we consider the scientific skills unit 1. Then we have hydrology. In the spring, we talk about meteorology and astronomy. So this is our science textbook. It is a workbook. The children can write in it. They're allowed to highlight, underline, circle, take notes in it, and they do have little assignments and questions that sometimes they're asked to do throughout our lessons. And they just keep that in their workbook. They don't have to turn those pages in. This is a screenshot of Teams and what Teams looks like. The kids are getting really great about navigating through Teams. Each class has different channels. So you can see like period 2 earth science. They all have a general channel. Class meetings where they go for their meetings. The weekly lesson plan is posted on Monday morning at 8. And student questions. Student questions is always available for the students to ask questions to me, but their classmates can also respond to them, which is kind of nice because if I don't get to it right away, they can help each other out. The students learned how to mention someone. They do the little @ symbol, and then a pop-up should come up with different people with the letters of the name that you type in, and they can click on who they are trying to mention. It's really helpful if they're trying to get my attention for them to mention me in their post. So they would do @ and start typing Wallace or Christine, and my name will populate. And then they can click on it and type, you know, for instance, here's one I forgot, the Illuminate password, or trying to log in, stuff like that. They can also email at any time. Wednesday assignments, that's always going to be posted on the Wednesday assignment channel of their class. They are responsible for completing their Wednesday assignment by 3 p.m. That will count for their attendance. So that is really important. It's a 20-minute assignment or a 20-minute lesson from each class. We just had our first summative. The kids did awesome. I am so proud of their progress and their success. They did a really good job. Our next summative will be next Friday, like I said. Now, the last thing I wanted to share real quick is just a quick look into OneNote. I am using OneNote for my class. So this is kind of what it looks like. They click in, they should see their name, and we have a tab for each unit. And then these pages are note pages that I give them or worksheets that they need to work on. So they should always be in their OneNote actively. They can type in here. They can type on a worksheet. They just double click on it, and they can see the date if there's a date on the assignment. typically I'll tell them during class, let's go to the OneNote, and then they'll have the option to go in here and work on different things. So that is all I have for you. Please feel free to email me with any questions. I look forward to seeing all the students soon. Thank you. Bye.